Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome to the video. Now, the vehicle I've got for you today is a 2012 Honda CR-V, and as you just got a glimpse of, it's been hammered pretty hard by the owner's kids over what I would guess is several years without cleaning. So let's take a closer look to see what kind of mess we're dealing with today. All right, well, as you might notice while we look around this CR-V, the snow is pretty well all melted now, which means this is the time of year people are itching to get their vehicles cleaned up to get rid of the winter mess. And this one sure needs it because it's caked in dirt all over, especially the tires, which have turned a nice shade of brown. And speaking of things that shouldn't be brown, the floor mats in here are packing a ridiculous amount of dirt, and believe it or not, they're actually supposed to be gray. But getting to the mess the kids caused, and that's in the back, where there's just a minefield of debris and old food, including this pile of goldfish, half-eaten Oreos, and old banana peels. So there's no question there's a lot of work to do here. So just before we dive into this sticky mess, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and that you've got the bell on, so that way you get notified the moment my new videos go live each week. Okay guys, well, I am looking forward to getting the CR-V transformed and looking brand new again. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay guys, well, as I get to work on the CR-V, I figured I'd quickly answer a question I see all the time, and that's what do I charge for my details? So all of my pricing is available on my detailing website at detailgeekautocare, so you can check it out if you're curious. There's also a link in the description too, but basically it varies depending on the size of the vehicle and how dirty it is. Okay, now while I create another river of mud on my garage floor from the wheel well here, I wanted to remind you guys to go and watch last week's video on the Cadillac Escalade if you haven't already. What I found inside it was truly shocking, and the backstory on it equally as wild. So if you enjoy seeing crazy transformations, that's one you definitely don't want to miss. Moving to the underside, and surprisingly it wasn't too dirty, though there's undoubtedly some road salt hiding under there somewhere, so it's especially important at this time of year to make sure to get all that sprayed off so it's not sitting there causing rust all summer long. Okay, starting on these floor mats, and while the passenger side one here isn't terrible, the driver's side was right up there with one of the most discolored mats I've seen, and had it not been for that little strip at the bottom that was tucked under the seat, I wouldn't have known what color they were supposed to be. So I know that in order to get them clean, I'll be blasting them for quite a while, and using the pressure washer here is really the only viable method to do so. Alright, with the CR-V back in the garage, I'll quickly get the front seats removed after disconnecting the battery, and not surprisingly, I found a lot more garbage and nasty grime hiding underneath the seats. And a few more goldfish too. Now, as you might have guessed, with this being a Honda, it's got pretty terrible carpet, basically a very slight step above the Velcro-like stuff, so I'm definitely very thankful that the carpet floor mats seem like they've never been removed from the vehicle, as most of the mess is contained to the surrounding edges, but it still requires some heavy agitation from the vacuum to get everything loosened up so I can extract it in a little bit. Moving up to the driver's footwell, and it's time for this week's members question, which comes from Cameron, and it's, do you ever tell the owners what you found inside their vehicle? So the answer to that is almost always no. Doing that would serve no purpose in my opinion. though nearly everyone is aware of the channel and they do all enjoy the videos, so they would certainly find out if it ended up making the cut. But in the case of the Escalade from last week, since the owner had bought the vehicle at auction and it wasn't his mess, we definitely had a chat about everything I found inside it. Okay, with everything vacuumed now, it's time to get to work on these cheap carpets, and I'll start with the section under the back seats where there were clearly some drinks or juice spilled down in between the seats, and you'll notice I'm using the soft white drill brush today because with carpets this low quality, it would be possible to damage them with the medium green one if it's used too aggressively. So I'll use the white one today, and thankfully they had more than enough bite to them to get those stains loosened up so they can be sucked away. Now as I tackle all the embedded dirt and salt stains up in the driver's footwell here, I wanted to quickly remind you guys that if you're curious about any of the products or tools I use in these videos, well, I've got them all listed down in the description for you, along with a handy link to where you can buy them, and you can be sure that anything you'll see me use works incredibly well and it won't break the bank. Here's the bucket full of extremely smelly and nasty water pulled out of the CRV today. Gross. Starting on this center console cover, and with the tiny little grooves it has that are full of crud, using the steamer here makes it very easy to get them cleaned out, as with the attachment off, I can deliver a higher velocity blast of steam into the grooves, which basically obliterates anything in its path, and for any sort of debris that makes its way onto the carpet from the time I vacuumed to when I'm done the detail, while I always do a final vacuum as the final step to make sure everything is perfect when I'm done. Moving back inside to the nasty and grimy back seat, and I'll first get some of my leather cleaner sprayed on, and then a quick shot of steam and the brush attachment, and all that sticky stuff is loosened up and ready to just be wiped away with one of my dual pile microfiber towels. Then once all the seats are clean, I'll get the front ones back in the vehicle and conditioned to keep them looking and feeling soft and supple. Moving outside, and to restore some gloss and depth to this faded black paint, I'm applying some of my Detail Geek synthetic paint sealant, which is going to leave this paint with a hydrophobic layer of protection for about 6 months and a brilliant shine that is sure to turn heads. You can find it on my website at detailgeekautocare.com, and I guarantee you it'll be the last wax or sealant you'll ever buy. Second last step here is to dress and UV protect the massive amount of black exterior trim on the CR-V, and man, does this stuff ever make it look sharp. All right, well, after 11 hours of meticulous work, the CRV is looking incredible and honestly better than brand new. And if you guys enjoyed watching this transformation, do me a favor and make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on a future video. Enjoy the guitar outro, and I'll see you guys in the next one.